Welcome to the wonderful world of narcissism, where the ego reigns supreme and self-obsession is the norm. But not all narcissists are made equal. Oh, no. There are, in fact, different types of narcissists, and you might just be one of them. I'm Harris, and I'm going to simplify narcissism. Narcissism, like other traits, aren't a binary. It's not whether or not we are narcissists. Instead, it's about how strongly we display those narcissistic traits in any given context. Now, this means narcissism fits on a spectrum from low to high, and every single one of us has at least a little bit of narcissism in us. Not only that, but the environment we're in will either fuel the expression of those narcissistic traits or diminish them. Let's look at the definition of narcissism. Narcissism is characterized by an inflated sense of self-importance, a need for excessive attention and admiration, and a lack of empathy for others. Narcissists are very sensitive to criticism, usually responding with anger and aggression, and sometimes making others feel guilty by self-loathing. Now here's where things get a bit interesting. You've actually got two distinct types of narcissism. You've got grandiose and vulnerable narcissism, and if you were to meet them, they would sound something like this. Hey there, I am the grandiose narcissist. You might know me as the life of the party and someone who always has to be the center of attention. I'm confident, I'm charismatic, and I know I'm the best. If you or anyone else disagrees, well, simple. You're wrong. And that's precisely why I deserve to get whatever I want. And I'm the vulnerable narcissist. I'm a bit shy, and I tend to engage in self-sabotaging and self-destructing behavior. I don't really have a sense of high regard for myself, but I crave admiration and attention and just hate it when I'm ignored. Now, if you hurt my feelings, watch out, because I'll make sure you feel guilty for it. Now, grandiose narcissists are those successful assholes that don't care who they hurt to get what they want. Meanwhile, vulnerable narcissists are just stuck in the mud and blame everyone else for anything that's terrible in their life. Basically, what both of them have in common is a lack of empathy and a sense of entitlement. A grandiose narcissist thinks they're great, therefore they're entitled to all the good stuff in life, whereas a vulnerable narcissist thinks they're terrible and deserve all the bad shit that happens to them. But both are born out of their insecurities. They're two sides of the same coin. Now, like I said before, narcissism fits on a spectrum from low to high. On the high end, you've got narcissistic personality disorder, and on the low end, you've got a mild dose of self-importance in an extroverted or introverted way as a mechanism to protect your insecurities. And that low end is actually pretty normal. We all display some level of it. Now, some environments can supercharge those narcissistic traits. I know a lot of people who are very pleasant to be around generally, but when you put them in a sporting or any other competitive environment, they turn into mild to excessive assholes. Although narcissism in itself isn't a good thing, the traits that create narcissism can actually be pretty useful if they're born out of a secure sense of self. Positive traits from grandiose narcissism include confidence, charisma, and ambition. On the other hand, positive traits from vulnerable narcissism includes creativity, self-awareness, and emotional sensitivity. So there you have it, narcissism in a nutshell. Just think of it as a spectrum that everyone is on. Just remember, when you're dealing with a full-blown narcissist, it's not about you, it's about them. Full stop, end of story. Now, be honest. Where do you sit on the spectrum of narcissism? And is it grandiose or vulnerable? If you're brave, let me know in the comments down below. Until next time, if you want more psychological education, click over here. And don't forget to like, share, and subscribe and help me out with that algorithm. Peace.